All right, greetings, populace. So we did the story of the wayside. We'll move on to a little vlog or whatever the fuck these are of maybe understanding the wayside, which is ridiculous because I don't think it can be properly understood at all. Um, but maybe fractions. Well, definitely fractions of it can be because it's a motherfucking fractal going on forever and ever and ever within itself. Uh, and I think the real like true complete sense of the wayside is that it's a place where things go to be forgotten. But in that, they also go to be remembered. Because you can't forget something if you can't remember it. And it's that duality that really defines the wayside. And really, it's a place you visit. It's not somewhere you live at. Because to do so would really corrupt your mind. Like, I don't know how you would be able to focus on anything other than the things that have never happened. But define the things that have happened. And it's kind of like every time you look at a situation in your life and say like, oh yeah, well, these are the decisions I made to get me here. But what about the ones that you didn't make that actually led you there? You know, it's maybe you were late to work and you're driving there, and on the exit that you get off the freeway, there's a massive accident. It's closed and you got to go further down. And you think, well, oh shit, man, I was like 5 minutes late for work. Like, that could have been me in that accident right there. I don't know what happened, but I see a bunch of police cars and whatever the nonsense. And then so you take that further exit down, get to work, you're still a little bit late. But what if you ran across something different because of that other exit? What if you saw something that was interesting, or it had been that one that you hadn't before, like you explored something new there? Like, and when you make that connection, like you compare what is reality versus what is unreality, what could have been. Like, there was an accident, yes, but you weren't in it, but you could have been. And then there's the different exit that you ended up taking, leading to a place that you've never been but are interested by, or maybe even seems familiar. I don't know. Um, but that's kind of the wayside, like a little strange like that, where you go to any time you really find yourself caught up in the thought of a parallel dimension, but it's not. It's your imagination, and you go there. Like, it's definitely like a physical place, because it existed because you made it exist by thinking about it. It's as real as being in love. And I think it's such a funny thing that we say that like we're in love, like it is some place that you go to. It's not that, we don't say, oh, I'm experiencing love, or the emotion of love is overcoming me. It's, I'm in love. So you're there, you know? And that's a wayside. You don't really experience a wayside. You're there. Like, you're in it. For that fleeting moment of your imagination taking over your synapses and just like blasting out like a full daydream in a fraction of a second. Like, oh shit, if I would have taken that exit today, I would have been that white SUV flipped upside down with blood and fire trucks all around me. But it wasn't. But you thought it and you saw it in your head. So that has to have a name. It has to be a place, because you felt that dread and the emotions wrapped up in there. I mean, it's why everyone has a bendy neck when they drive by an accident. Or sometimes it's just you're fucking curious. But you think and you imagine, because you can't see everything, so you try to see it all. And that's the That's where the wayside comes in. That's when you visit. So fleeting, but it's there, and it's defined. The wayside's defined by what happened, but then you realize that reality is defined by what hasn't happened, and there's a fucking lot more options with unreality. Like, think of all the things that didn't happen to you today. Like, holy shit, that's a lot. Like, you could have been shot today, stabbed. A plane could have crashed on you. A meteorite smashed into your house. You could have gotten random flowers from a girlfriend you had a long, long time ago, or a boyfriend. You could have... Shit, man. You could have had your fire alarm go off for no reason. Who knows what, like, completely defined your day by not happening. Instead, like, you know, normally you think, like, oh, yeah, this was my day. This is what happened. But it's not. Like, it's defined by what didn't happen. Then that's where the wayside is. It's that undefinition of existence. And maybe that's the philosophy of it. Or the understanding of it. I don't really know. It's such a hell of a thing to explain, and I couldn't explain it the same way ever again because it's ever changing. Because this moment right now will never exist exactly as it is right now.